welcome to ABA Inside Track, the podcast that's like reading in your car, but safer. I'm your host, Robert Perry Cruz, and with me as always are my fabulous co-hosts.
Hello, Rob. It's me, Diana Perry Cruz. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. How are you, other host?
I'm the other host.
Jackie, you blew out the mic already.
I love blowing out the mic. It's like my favorite thing to do right in the beginning. My name is Jackie, not Perry Cruz, a.k.a. Jackie McDonald.
You're actually mostly known as Jackie, not Perry Cruz.
I know. Even in my regular life, they're like, oh, look, it's Jackie, not Perry Cruz.
That's what they write on all the subtitles on these things.
Yeah. When Jackie gets arrested and they send her name to Interpol, they're like, well, Jackie McDonald, who could... Wait a minute, it's Jackie, not Perry Cruz.
That's right.
A.K.A.
All of your children call me not mom.
Oh, but this is not a podcast about who Jackie is or is not. This is a podcast about behavior analysis and behavior analytic research, where every week we pick a topic and discuss it at length. Unless that week happens to be the first week of the month, or if you're on the free feed, or the end of the month if you're one of our awesome patrons.
That was confusing.
What was confusing about that? It made perfect sense.
Anyway, it's a preview.
It's a preview where we're discussing everything that's going to be happening this November 2025 in the world of ABA Inside Track, as well as some other fun
or if
little
you're a
tidbits.
patron, anything that already happened. Just kidding.
No, the end of October. So, all right, here we go.
No,
if it's the end of October and you are a patron, you are hearing what's coming out in November. You have all of November to be aware of, and you can enjoy the end of October knowing that. No anxiety. If you're on the free feed, sorry, you get a couple days into the month where you're like, I wonder what's coming out on ABA Inside Track. You don't know. But then the first week, midweek, Wednesday when we release episodes, then you get to find out. So if you're like, I can't stand not knowing those few days, sometimes it's even the first day of the month, but not that often, you can always join us on patreon.com/ABA Inside Track. And then you're ready to go. First day of November, you're already aware. These are the episodes I have coming out. These are the fun little factoids and tidbits that my friends like Jackie, not Perry Cruz, talked about. And you're ready. You can prepare.
Okay, great. So it's not like in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory where Charlie's teacher said, we used to have the test on Fridays at the end of the week after we learned the material, but now the test will take place on Tuesday before we learned it.
No, it's not like that.
Okay.
Nothing is ever like that.
Not in that vaguely Germanic town that Charlie lives in, where everyone has a British accent except for Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His mom does not have a British accent.
No, she doesn't have one either.
That's
they
true.
moved from the United States to England to live with the family.
So if she could get a job as a giant washerwoman?
Yeah.
Yep.
Never know.
Yeah, she just stirs the laundry.
She fell on hard times when Charlie's dad died. Obviously, you guys have not read the backstory.
I read the actual book, and he's alive in that.
Yeah, he's alive.
You know, but he's not in the movie. You haven't read the backstory of the script.
Yeah, Jackie read Alan Dean Foster's novelization of the movie, which is based on a book.
I would never read the book. Just kidding.
All right, but in any case, we've got some episodes coming out this month. None of them have to do with factories, chocolate, or laundry, or otherwise.
Well, they kind of
Actually,
do.
they kind of do.
They kinda
As I
do.
said that, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, they kind of
No, that's a lie. Actually, we are. We may not be talking about chocolate factories, but you
So
can imagine we opened it up to any kind of factory in one of our episodes. Can you guess which one? Donna, what will they be?
Okay, I'll tell you the episodes that we have for this month. So we'll start off our month with the fall listener choice episode. For these, if you are unfamiliar, we put forth 3 different topics, and then once again, those patrons get to vote to decide what episode we're going to cover. And so I don't remember what the 3 choices were this month, but the winner was talking about transitions.
It was my choice.
Yes, Jackie's choice. And that episode may be called Difficulty During Transitions. Have you landed on a title yet?
Yeah, I like that.
Who knows? Yeah, I did.
Who knows?
I made the page, so I did already name it. Give me a sec. Keep vamping.
Yeah,
tell us what we'll listen to. I'll find
something along those lines. And so it is definitely related to transitions. And we had a good time recording this episode. And there was a lot of good information out there that we summarized from the 3 articles, which I will tell you what they are now. An experimental analysis of task refusal, a comparison of negative reinforcement contingencies and transitions between academic tasks by Doug Paulsdottir, Freyr Magnusson, and Svenbjornsdottir. I added in the second name on this version, but not when we recorded the episode, so I am unsure which one is the best way to do that. So I apologize if I did it incorrectly. Next up, separate and combined effects of visual schedules and extinction plus differential reinforcement on problem behavior occasioned by transitions by Waters, Lerman, and Hovanetz. And that was published in Java in 2009. Oh, wait. I didn't tell you that the Paul's Daughter article was published in Behavioral Interventions in 2024. Sorry about that. And finally, treatment of challenging behavior during physical transitions, a case study by Wilson, Federico, Perrin, and Morris. And that was in Behavior Analysis in Practice 2025.
And if you said, I think this episode is called Difficulty During Transitions, parentheses, Fall 2025, listener choice, and parentheses, you are right. That is the name.
Okay. All
You said
right.
a different title better than that one. I wish you'd emailed us in the past before I made the post.
You're too late. Okay. Next up, we had a special guest come on the show. Dr. Doug Johnson came on to talk about instructional design for business. Very cool topic, stuff I didn't know a lot about. And he knew a lot about it. So that was really great when we had him on.
Let's do a year where we just invite guests and we're like, we want you to talk about something that you are not at all researching at all in your lab and just see what they do. It'll be tons of fun for no one.
Well, a lot of these folks are professors and they could probably just talk on and on about anything for forever. So
We'll make it harder for them by asking them really hard-hitting, detailed questions and not tell them what articles we'll be discussing.
Okay. Yes. So Dr. Johnson gave us several materials to review. They included The Foundation of Behavior-Based Instructional Design Within Business. That was written by Johnson and published in Applied Behavior Science and Organizations, which is a book. That was in 2021. Also, The Advancement of Training Within Business Using Behavior-Based Instructional Design by Johnson, Lee, McAlpin, and Lasky, and that was in the Journal of Organizational Behavior Management 2024. Just those two.
That's it.
Love it.
I did prepare for this segment, but it's not really coming off that way.
You would think you've never actually recorded these. These actually, we have recorded all of these episodes.
Sure
They
what's
exist
happening.
now.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Okay, and then to wrap it up, listeners may recall that probably now 2 months back, we did an episode on safety skills. And
I don't think we've ever done an episode on safety skills.
yes.
Pretty sure never have. No.
Yeah.
Or did we do two? Who remembers?
We've done a few.
So I'm blowing your mind, Danny.
No, it's
You just blew it. I just blew a big sneeze.
Let's cut that part out.
I don't think you need to. Because we don't cut things out of
okay.
babies.
Well, what I wanted to tell you is that we did an episode on safety skills not too long ago. And in doing that, I guess in my mind, when I was thinking that we were going to come together and record that episode, I kind of just thought there was going to be part of it about water safety or a swimming episode, a swimming article, just because I was like, that's such an important safety skill. But we didn't. We talked about tons of other important safety skills,
Earthquakes,
gun safety, and other stuff. And so I said, why don't we make a whole episode about water safety skills specifically? So we did that, and it's coming out this month. The episodes we talked about are Teaching Water Safety Skills to Children with Autism Spectrum Disorder by Tucker and Ingvarson. That was in Behavioral Interventions 2021. Also, Let's Go Under, Teaching Water Safety Skills Using a Behavioral Treatment Package by Levy, Ainsley, and Hunzinger Harris. That was in Education and Training in Autism and Developmental Disabilities 2017. And finally, Behavioral Water Safety and Autism, a Systematic Review of Interventions by Martin and Dillenberger. That was in the Review Journal of Autism and Developmental Disorders 2019. And that's it.
Okay. We made it through. That's what's coming out in November.
Phew.
You would think we don't even know what we have recorded all of these. Like they're ready. I think they're actually edited. They're that far ahead. This was you would think that we have we don't even know what we're doing in November. Like, no, we did them already.
And that was the
Anywho.
second time I read all those titles and authors.
Wow. Listen to the real episode, folks. It's much smoother. Let's Oh boy. Well, November is also a fun month for a lot of other reasons. We recently, as of this recording, we have not gone to Babbitt, the conference out in Worcester that we'll all be present at. I think everybody's
And
doing.
presenting
We're
at.
all is everyone presenting separately too? Like, no, we're not doing anything together.
No, Diane and I are doing something
You're doing something
together.
together. Okay.
I'm not doing anything alone.
Okay. I actually have to do something alone.
It's scary.
Or when you hear this, I did it already.
Yeah, yeah.
It was the best talk.
It was
at Babbitt,
amazing.
I'm sure. Yes, talking about consulting.
It's going to be like the people in the audience are going to have like Yay Rob posters and they're going to start screaming and be like, sign my shirt.
Possibly. We can only hope. We don't actually know yet. We did the trivia. As of this recording, haven't done these things yet. But by the time you hear this, we will have done trivia.
Sure enough.
So tons of fun. And we assume, we hope. But that went on, yeah. So I talked about consulting. And again, if you weren't able to go to Babbitt, don't worry. We're going to have a related episode coming up in a future month. It's on the docket. So don't feel too bad. Unless you actually were at Babbitt and chose not to go to my talk, in which case, what were you doing? Did you have your own talk?
I also want to say that we have students who are either presenting symposia or doing posters at the poster session at Babbitt. So we're super duper proud of them.
Woo!
Way to go, Regis alums.
You were proud of them.
And
'cause it
current
happened
Regis
already.
I'm still proud of them.
You're still
Yes.
the after conference proudness.
Yes.
And since it is now November, spooky season is over, but we don't always talk about what we did in October because we don't know yet. But now that it's pretty over, I'd love to hear from folks. Were there any fun spookalicious activities or books or movies that you enjoyed or that you plan to enjoy as the fall winds down here in New England? The falliest place?
I can tell you that this year I felt confident that my child would not be scared by watching, she's 8, by watching Hocus Pocus. And so we watched it together and she loved it
good.
so much.
I love that one.
And that was like one of my most favorite things that we did. We did a lot, but we also went to some haunted mazes. And but that was because I had been waiting for the moment.
That's a good one.
And she isn't great at scary things. She's getting better, but she's not like your kids because she's an only child, so she doesn't have any experience. And so I was very excited that she was not scared. I kept being like, are you scared? Are you scared? And we also watched Percy Jackson, and I thought she was going to be scared of the monsters and that too. She's like, I'm only a little scared, so I'll just do this. So she like kind of had her eyes covered, but not quite.
It's a good trick.
Yeah.
I use that trick.
Yeah, I've actually used it. I used to be big into horror movies. I like horror movies for the scary parts, but sometimes they're gross.
No.
It's like I just don't want to watch something really gross anymore. So if I think it's going to be
I
gross,
think as you get
I do
older,
to cover my face.
Yeah, we did a lot of fun stuff. We hung out with different people in various spooky capacities, right? We did a haunted house. We did cookie decorating. Those were quite fun. We went to a party where everyone wrote something that they wanted to like be relieved of or released from on a pumpkin, and then the children smashed it with a bat. That's
like vandalism.
I'm feeling so sad that I missed that.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was at the end.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I missed that.
And then the other thing that one of my sons and I are doing is watching the second season of Wednesday.
Oh, I've never seen it.
So the first season was really good. That's the end of
That's all
that
you
sentence.
Period.
Yeah. I don't know. I love Jenna Ortega. She's doing a good job. It's not the actors for the most part. I think it is the writing.
That's hard.
It's super uneven. Like some episodes are like super gory, and then the next episode is super camp. And there's
Couldn't decide.
yeah, it's like all over the place. And yeah. So how about you, Rob?
Oh, well, I took one of our sons to one of those kind of, it was what's called Witch's Woods, one of those maze
Still a little
areas.
jealous that I almost was like, I want to go to that.
You know what? We went to, it's in Littleton, Massachusetts, which is a very, I don't remember ever going there.
beautiful.
It's really pretty. They have a lot of little, like we parked and had a little dinner beforehand, and there was a bookstore, a board game store, and a record store, like all within a block of each other. It's very adorable.
Rob's trifecta.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I want to check out all those places, but they...
In a beer store. That would be your other.
Was there a beer? Oh, beer store's fine. I'll take it or leave that. I like the other things the most. But then we went and we did the
Ice cream?
mazes. No, there's no ice cream.
no.
Oh, cross it off the map. Don't wanna
So
go
sorry,
there anymore.
Littleton, we can't move there.
Ah, rats.
Sorry.
I was hoping. No, but he does not like Halloween. He's very clear. He's like, I do not like scary things. I do not like Halloween. But I was going, and his uncle and his cousin we're all going. So he was willing to go and he gave it a try. And the first maze, he was kind of scared, did not like it, and sort of stood in between us all. But we modeled brave boy behavior in this creepy mazes. And then
This stuff is really
he did
scary.
fine.
You're making it sound like
It is actually quite
it's
terrifying.
baby stuff, but
Well,
it's like
it's
where
not.
like people are like chasing you with the chainsaws and
They're
everything.
not chasing you with a chainsaw.
They follow you with a chainsaw. They can't touch you, but they follow you,
No,
and
they
they're
can't. Yeah, they just come around the corner.
And
I
it's
can't
in the
touch you.
dark.
and it's scary.
You
It
have
is
to- you have to
legit scary.
Go along with the theme, and you have to remind yourself you're doing this on purpose. And then usually it's a little less scary. I heard a podcast today where someone was talking about these mazes, and he says, the mindset I took was, hey, I'm going into this person's house. I'm the monster who's invaded their house. So they're rightly mad at me for being here. And when he did that, they weren't as scary anymore. But anyways, we did a haunted hayride, and we did two of the mazes, and then we had some nachos. And we did a
Spooky nachos.
yeah, we did some spooky nachos, and then we did a mirror maze, which just reminded me of, it's on Disney Plus. So if you have renewed your Disney Plus post Jimmy Kimmel, you can now see Something Wicked This Way Comes with a creepy carnival.
Mm.
I know it was hidden for a long time. I had to get it from the library. Anyway, that was my spooky. That was one of my big spooky things. And we did our annual, semi-annual pumpkin beer tasting, where lots of people came over and tried various pumpkin beers, and most of them are not good. I don't know why we keep doing this every year.
It's the cinnamon sugar rim.
It's the rim.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't even drink the beers because I can't drink beer, but I do love the rim.
It is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I celebrated, I think it was my 19th anniversary of having my first cinnamon sugar rim. A little early. It was a little early. A few days before my actual 19th anniversary of my very first
I was gonna
pumpkin
say,
beer cinnamon sugar
Oh
rim.
no, still don't get a call out.
For what? My cinnamon sugar rim tasting anniversary? Everyone remembers that date
No, our actual 19th anniversary
of
of
having
that
a beer
time
with a
that we
cinnamon
went
sugar
to
rim.
New
I
Hampshire and
understand.
had that. I remember it. I remember it well. I even remember the outfit I had on
because you
when
were,
I had that beer.
because it was delicious. That's why I
Yeah.
remember this date. It's a very important date. We
Wow.
remember.
That's right. It's like a light bulb, flashbulb memory.
So remember
Wow,
that time we
guys.
had that beer with the cinnamon sugar
Was
rim?
I there?
Nope, you
Nope.
weren't there. We were at the Red Coat Inn.
You know what? It
that
didn't
right?
happen.
No,
if I wasn't there, it
think we
didn't
were
happen.
at the now defunct Salem Beer Works was where we were.
No.
Oh man, then I have my dates all wrong. Oh no, I sent a card to the Shipyard Pumpkinhead factory.
I remember that as well. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I had one at the other place and you didn't. And then I was like, you got to try this at the Salem
I
Beer
remember
Works.
you wanted
It honestly
Salem.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't
No,
matter?
doesn't
Not for
matter.
this.
Oh,
Not
okay.
for this preview.
Sorry.
Not for
Okay.
this preview. All right. Anyway, I think we moved into errata. I forgot to mention. And then, I think that's most of October. Oh, I did see, and this is relevant to the show, unlike our other random banter, that Operance, which if you are not subscribed to the BF Skinner, I always call it wrong, BF Skinner Foundation.
Yeah.
And our friend of the show and friend in life, Dr. Judah Axe is the editor of Operance, or he's president. There's a lot of cool things, but he's more involved.
We know
with the
several
organization.
people who are involved with
I know
Operance.
we know plenty of people,
Mhm.
but he was the one. It was his first issue as the editor president of the organization, and it was all on Walden 2. It was a big Walden 2 issue. Sorry, and I haven't read everything in it. Usually, Operance is a magazine I look at. I read the first parts, and I'm like, this is too smart, and then I look at a couple, and I'm like, this is just right, and then I read those articles because it is a lot of smart people. Even the ones that are just right there's still like a lot to chew on when you're reading those, but. Walden 2 was an episode we did on our book club. We were big fans of it. But if you have not, it's free. You get it quarterly. You can read all the articles. It's a lot of really good think piece type writing, which can be a lot of fun with behavior analysis. Anytime I try to be smart and make a think piece type statement, I feel like I'm just aping something I read in Operance a lot of the time. It's got some reflections on the work itself. It's got 2 articles about visiting Walden 2 communities with pictures. You can actually see what they look like, because I think it was hard to find some pictures on the internet when we did that episode. 1 describing the kibbutz style of living, 2 what Walden 2 kind of cooperative community would look like. It's of course got if you say Walden 2 think piece, Dave Palmer wrote something on there, and he did write a couple pieces, but there's a really nice think piece about what's problem solving and the idea of, is our current climate just a great time for some sort of experimental societal work? Because nobody seems happy with how things are going. So, hey, let's try something else out, right?
That's the piece that Dave Palmer wrote?
That's one of the ones. And then you wrote one about problems. So someone asked a question about, well, how do you describe problem solving, the verbal behavior, which of course it's like, that's a layup.
And he's off.
And I'm here.
You got to give him a hard one of like, describe physics with verbal behavior. And then, man, that's a little trickier, I guess, if you know the physics. And apparently there was a Walden 2 sequel called A World of Our Own Making by Michael Schuler, who's a railroad engineer. He's not even a behavior analyst, but he just loved Skinner's writing. And he decided he wanted a sequel. And there apparently been 2 other sequels to Walden 2 that he said were not really sequels. They just sort of like described aspects of the community. So he wrote that sequel.
Didn't want to name it Walden 3?
Well, then I guess that would be, to wrap up the trilogy.
Yeah.
I don't know. He wanted to write a sequel specifically to Walden 2, not to the Walden concept. 1. And then finally, did you know that Ayn Rand hated Beyond Freedom and Dignity? Apparently she did.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in there. All these fun facts that you can get.
Wow.
Yeah,
thanks.
in operants. Yeah. So if you're not checking that out quarterly, it is a really great one. I was not allowed to buy the original first edition Walden 2 signed by Skinner.
Fair. Well, you didn't put up the GoFundMe.
Well, that's right. I forgot to put up the GoFundMe. Damn it. It's my fault. I didn't raise the money. My bad. Sorry, everybody. Oh, well, that's some fun stuff. We got one more fun thing, too. Guess what, everybody?
What?
Well, even though we just are releasing this November a listener choice episode, it's already time for another listener choice poll. I can't remember how this works because we should be able to do these every 3 months. Somehow 1 month, it always ends up being 2 months. I'm not sure why. But at least in the recording, we're going to be doing this episode. Will probably come out in, I believe it's the December for a winter listener choice. I think it's when the book clubs come out. That's usually how it comes out, so we can rotate through them.
This would come out in January.
Sorry, this will come out in January. Oh, I know why. Because we actually need time to get articles, if there's guests, if we need to read them, prepare for everything. It's right around the holidays. So we're doing it a little bit early, so we have enough time to make sure that you get a good listener choice episode. And this is going to be a theme listener choice episode. The theme being ethics, because everybody always wants to hear more about ethics, which is something I used to just say sarcastically, but I actually really like talking about ethics now.
Actually, I have the majority of my CEs are on ethics because I'm
recertifying. You love ethics. You're so ethical.
And I have 18 CEUs.
Oh my God.
That are in ethics
just
alone.
Ethics?
Just
wow.
ethics alone.
Jackie can't do anything except sit on her high horse and tell everyone how they're not ethical. No.
But I do need some supervision. I only have one. So
Jackie can only tell you what you're doing wrong. She can't help you and supervise you
I can just tell you.
Doing right. She can't do FAs anymore, preferences. She doesn't know how to do any of those things anymore. But she can tell you
if
how
only
you're doing
someone
wrong.
had a podcast where you could like listen in your car and get CEs.
Yeah,
someone should make that.
For
only
that.
someone could not also then be on that podcast.
I quit so I can get some supervision CEs.
I think you recorded all the episodes we did. That's like 2 months ago. So we are going to be doing all ethics, and we're going to be sort of pulling some themes. These are all there's a recent special issue in BAP, all ethics. Oops, all ethics issue.
Ethics.
So we looked through, we found some topics that either we had wanted to talk about or we thought about doing as separate ethics episodes. And so we said, you know what? We got some recent research. Let's do some old episodes. Let's do some old articles, pair with some new ones. But each of us are going to pick a different topic sort of based on the themes, on those themes. So who would like to go first with what their topic is going to be, their ethical topic?
Okay, the one that I was interested in. No, we don't need to say the episode, just the topic, right?
Just the topic, yes.
Yeah. Teaching ethical choice making behavior using decision trees. My favorite.
Mine is looking at packages to teach assessment of ethical scenarios from a supervisory standpoint.
Yeah. And my topic I'd like to talk more about is looking at sort of risk assessment tools, specifically in, behavior assessments, but really in any procedure. Like, what are we doing to make sure that we're minimizing risk in the assessment process? And those are our three. So again, the poll will be up. If you're listening to this on the Patreon page, the poll is up right now. If you're getting this on the free feed, you have a few more days to go, but you're only going to be able to vote on the poll if you are a patron. So if you're not a patron, you do have to sign up. I believe any level will get you access to that poll. So you don't have a lot of time. Patreon.com/ABA Inside Track. And then the winner will be announced after, at the end of the week. We'll see who the winner is. And then we'll talk about it again later when we do the preview for whatever that month is. So it'll be a little while, but you can always look at the page and it'll show you who the winner is there. So we got 3 ethics topics, all ethics listener choice. Well,
are we going to do any emails?
I would love to do an email.
I thought we were doing emails. I thought we were ending this episode with telling everyone how thankful we were about things.
We could do that too.
Okay.
Let's vote. Everyone, go to your computer.
I have an email I would like to review.
Okay,
let's do that, because I did have a fun Thanksgiving idea. Everyone made a face at me. So let's do an email instead.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say the person that sent the email. I just wanted to note that someone wanted to give me feedback through email to say that they think that it would be better if the CEs were sent out the same day. So I want to let everyone know that the way that it works is I review the CEs, all of the orders every single night, and I go through each order that I receive to see, did you put in your first name and your last name? Did you put in a working email address? Did you actually list your BACB certificate number? And then did you put in the correct code words? I do this. And I'm on the East Coast. So if you submit something at 10 p.m. California, I am already asleep because it's 1 a.m. my time. So I usually do them between 9 and 10 Eastern time every single night on the weekends, on the holidays.
Except for Christmas.
Except for Christmas, Thanksgiving, and maybe like 1 or 2 other ones, right? And I've been doing it, let's say 360 days a year for 10 years. So if you didn't receive it, a couple things could have happened. You could have sent it past my bedtime. You could have put something like gmail.com, which happens pretty often, or gmail.con, which happens pretty often, or put in your physical address rather than an email address, and I missed that. Or occasionally I'm sick and I can't do it that night. So what I would suggest is that if you need it that night, don't submit it to me after 9 p.m. Eastern time. And check your, what's it called?
Privilege.
No,
you junk mail folder.
Yeah, check your junk mail folder, and also before you submit, review all of your stuff to make sure that your email is correct, that your name is correct, so that then we don't have to go back and ask you for those things.
So and I wrote that person back to let them know that as well.
All right, so Diana will be thankful if you just left her alone about the CEs, because she works very hard on these things. She brings her computer on family vacations so she could do the CEs.
I sure do.
We went on an overnight girls' weekend trip, and she did the CEs while I went to bed.
Yes, every night.
So we're working on
and it takes a lot of time.
It does, and we're working on a different solution, but we're not there yet.
Yes. And it's not like we never thought about this. We have asked multiple people, how would you do this differently? And it is like, it would cost thousands of dollars per CE. You would have to change all platforms and like join a business. There was no easy solution. I think we're looking at a couple.
Because we're a 3-person team here.
That's it.
Yep.
And Alan, but he's just for book clubs.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's a behind the scenes person who's like manning the emails and manning all of these things. It's just us. And we all also have full-time jobs. So this is like a hobby type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's it. Thank you, everyone who didn't email me with that piece of feedback.
Diana is thankful if you leave her alone about CEs, unless there is a legit problem with the CEs. And when we have a better solution,
happy to help. Legitimate problems, more than happy to help.
Yes. Anyway, wow. Okay, didn't see that coming when you said you wanted to. I had a great story about a relevant article that you did. But all right, there we go. And I feel like now we have to do the thing. No, we're not going to do the thankful one because we're going a little long on the preview. But I feel like we should balance that out. Anyway, Diana, you did it. I think between me and Jackie. And now we all have ground our gears on the show. At least once. It gets easier. Once you do it once, it just gets easier and easier every time. All right. Well, we got to go sharpen those gears or oil them up, whatever you do to gears.
Gross.
To degrind them.
You just take them out.
Is that what you do?
And then you leave them on the ground and just go buy something new.
Wow. I don't think that's
not how gears work.
That's how gears work.
You don't know.
I mean, you could take the gears out, but you need to put in new gears.
You're not a mechanic.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not a mechanic. You're right. You got me there, Jackie.
Thanks.
Well, that's the end of the show for forever and ever, I think. No, we'll be back. We already know what's coming out in November, although I guess you wouldn't know. This Grind Our Gears fight became too serious. We'd still have 3 episodes coming out next week, though.
I'm not mad.
Okay. What an episode. What a November. Everyone is so excited. This is what happens. We record too early with our podcast episodes. We get loopy. So we have all these great episodes coming out this November. We have another listener poll that will be out shortly. It's either out shortly or it's out right now. I can't remember because Wednesdays, it's a hard day to put out a thing. But it'll be all about ethics. We're very excited to do some ethics listener choice this winter. And we're very excited for our guests. Or our guest. We had 1 guest this November. Thanks to everyone who came out to say hi at Babbitt. We really love going to that conference. So we're glad if we saw you there. If we didn't see you there, that's okay. Don't worry about it. We'll see you another time. And I guess until next week when we have the first of our fun-filled episodes, keep responding. Bye.
Bye.